Hey, good morning, everyone, or Wagwan. Hope you guys are having a great morning so far, and for the most part, hope you slept well. But welcome back to the channel. And before we jump into today's topic, or this morning's topic, I want to put a disclaimer at the beginning of this video here. It's the end of the month, and as we do here on Sasuke Uchiha, we'll be having our end of month subscriber live stream. So definitely join me for that later on today or tonight. I should be starting at around 7:30, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come out, it should be fun, and I'm looking forward to having a conversation and a good time with you guys. So yeah, but without further ado, it's time to talk about Sasuke! Because apparently the youths can't simply do a Naruto video talking about Naruto's strength without his best buddy. Hey, it's Sasuke, yes me, our favorite Uchiha. So it is what it is. Of course, welcome back to the channel, and I hope you guys are having a great morning. Definitely subscribe if you like Boruto content and Naruto content. It's going to be still a few years before we run out of Boruto content, so it is what it is. So as per usual, it's that time of the month. We talk about the recent Boruto chapter and how it's going to be affecting the coming chapters and the rest of the story. And as per usual, spoiler warning to anime onlys. But without further ado, it's time to talk about our favorite Uchiha, Sasuke! Yo, Jadu. Alright, so with the Naruto video that I did a few days ago, you can definitely check that out, where I talked about the how things are going to be affected for Naruto's character going forward, since he has officially lost the Nine Tails Kurama. This video, of course, is going to be focusing on Sasuke and the fact that he's lost his Rinnegan, how that's going to affect him, fighting wise, combat wise, and all that jazz and blues going forward. So yeah, it is what it is. So Sasuke, guys, it's safe to say Sasuke, when it comes on to the Boruto manga specifically, he has not had the best run, to say the least. He's been memed to death at this point, always out of track. It's always some slander when it comes on to Sasuke's character, and it's very unfortunate. But with chapter 50, well, not even chapter 55, as of chapter 54, 53 thereabout, Sasuke lost his Rinnegan as Momoshiki, who had taken over Boruto's body, basically removed it from the equation. The good old joke, the Rinnegan, hey. So yeah, so he lost the Rinnegan, and that means he has lost quite a bit of his abilities going forward. So as I did with the Naruto video, let's talk about first what has Sasuke lost. So with the Rinnegan, naturally, he has lost his ability to travel to different dimensions, as well as his Ame no Tejikara, I believe that's how you pronounce that technique, his ability to instantaneously switch places with an object or another person. And as well, since it's a Rinnegan, of course, he can no longer use like the Diva Pad for push and pull, gravitational forces, absorb chakra, absorb somebody's soul, King of Hell, or make mechanical parts for his body, revive other persons from the dead. And these are just a list of abilities that Sasuke is losing as he no longer has the Rinnegan. But hey, it doesn't matter, because guess what? He wasn't using any of those anyway. So it doesn't, it's like whatever. It's really whatever. The main loss when it comes on to the Boruto manga is the loss of Ame no Tejikara, as well as the fact that he can no longer travel to other dimensions. Now that's going to affect a number of things in the story going forward, as Sasuke probably can no longer lead the effort when it comes on to investigating other Otsutsuki dimensions. So that's the major loss right there. So it is what it is when it comes on to that. Now, in terms of what he does still have, similar to Naruto, I would still rank Sasuke in, Sasuke's situation is a bit worse than Naruto when I really think about it. I believe Naruto still has quite a bit in his arsenal, and not that Sasuke doesn't either, but in terms of amps, I think Naruto is in a much better position. But let's still go it over. So of course, he still has his Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan in his right eye, I believe, which still should allow him to use, all the abilities of a, regular Sharingan. He can still use Genjutsu, Amaterasu naturally, but since he's lost his left eye, until further notice, I don't think he can still use Blaze Release, which is the manipulation of Amaterasu into different shapes and weapons. I think he's lost that at this point. Other than that, if Madara is anything to go by, he should still be able to use his Susanoo. I don't know if he can still crank it up to a perfect Susanoo, but he should still be able to go, still generate one. Unless we're gonna use Madara as like an outlier or exception to the whole having two eyes rule and still being able to use Susanoo. So there's that. So Amaterasu Genjutsu, Mangekyo Genjutsu. Of course, even though he's lost to Rinnegan, I still believe personally he would have that six paths amp in terms of just receiving Hagoromo's chakra from all those years ago, because at the end of the day, getting the Rinnegan was just a byproduct of getting Hagoromo's chakra. So right now I still think he should have an amp from Hagoromo, that six paths chakra, that still I would say puts him in the top 5. Worst case, I would say top 7. And this is Sasuke we're talking about. When it comes down to battle and strategy, which was especially demonstrated, well, for the first in a long while when it comes down to the Boruto manga. Chapter 54, I believe, the fight against Momoshiki. In terms of his intelligence and I guess compensating for the loss of the Rinnegan, he should still be able to put those skills of his to use with what he has left in his arsenal. So there's that. Now, in terms of going forward, apart from that, I would say that I actually, for some reason, I'm kind of getting this Batman vibe. Okay, just bear with me. Given that scientific ninja weapons are such a, you know, heavy focus in the Boruto era, or just the whole theme of technology, for some reason I'm seeing Sasuke just incorporating a bunch of scientific ninja weapons going forward, if I'm being honest. So I don't know, that could just be me. I could just be, you know, spitting madness or nonsense, but I actually see that happening at the end of the day. Naturally, apart from that, you know, we still have Isshiki Uchiha, so, you know, still a pretty big master of fire style. He still has his Chidori and his variants of Chidori. He still has Kirin. Am I missing anything? As I said, Amaterasu is Mangekyo stuff already. A potential 6 paths amp. And wow, honestly, it just feels harder talking about Sasuke. But his body, when you really think about it, his body was still compatible with what, you know, Jugo had to offer in terms of like curse seals, and to some degree I think some persons would want to see Sasuke have incorporate some, you know, siege mode or, you know, natural energy into his arsenal, similar to like I'm predicting with Naruto going forward. So maybe not, probably that in a combination with scientific ninja weapons with what he has left. So yeah, but all things considered, I still think Sasuke is at least like within that top 7 shinobi. If he still has the 6 paths amp like how I think he should, he's still definitely top 5. So I don't think there's anything much to worry about if you're putting Sasuke up against anybody else, like the remaining, like the other Kage at this point, or anybody else in the shinobi world who are classified themselves as shinobi. So I'm kind of omitting Kara from outside of the picture. So yeah, but it's going to be interesting to see how things actually progress forward with Sasuke, because similar to Naruto, Sasuke is going to be, it's kind of 50-50 if Kishimoto is going to try to abuse the fact that he's lost his Rinnegan, and he's going to probably use that as a narrative, you know, point that in future battles with Sasuke, maybe he won't be able to do this, or this, and probably Kishimoto might use it against his character to, you know, accomplish the goal of phasing Sasuke out, similar to Naruto. So, you know, it's anybody's guess how Sasuke is going to be handled in the Boruto manga when it comes on to fight. Well, honestly, when it comes on to fight choreography, there's still a lot of potential there for Sasuke. But in terms of how he's going to fare in battle and how, you know, what Kishimoto is going to do with him, it's anybody's guess. So yeah. But I'm still looking forward to seeing how Kishi actually executes things. But honestly, without the use of the Rinnegan, or without the Rinnegan in general, I think the best we'll see of Sasuke, similar to even when he still had Rinnegan, is going to fall to the Boruto Naruto Next Generation's anime at the end of the day, because it's as a lot of persons would say, the Boruto manga, while I don't think it's necessarily rushed when it comes down to fights, it could be fleshed out more. And honestly, the Boruto anime seems like it's going to be the, you know, the venue for Sasuke to really showcase his remaining skills, Rinnegan or no Rinnegan. So yeah, it is what it is. But let me know what you think. What are your expectations for Sasuke going forward when it comes on to his, you know, how are things going to be affected with him in terms of battle without the use of the Rinnegan? I think, as I said, he wasn't using it like that anyway, but it still kind of leaves him in a position without the use of Blaze release, potentially not being able to call for a perfect Susanoo. Yeah. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Of course, thanks for tuning in if you made it this far, and be sure to subscribe naturally, because we're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of 2021, and it hasn't been too bad of a year yet so far, but you know, hopefully sooner than later, hopefully. So yeah, but anyway, thanks for tuning in if you made it this far. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and come out, well, I'd appreciate it. You can join me for the end of month subscriber stream later tonight. See you guys in the next Boruto discussion.
Sasuke!